My name is Amanda Sima, and I'm from Columbus, Ohio. I'm 31 years old, and I am a political consultant by day, but what most people don't know about me is at the age of 26, I started a collegiate apparel company. That company is called Alma Mater, and I would like to pitch to the Sharks for an investment in our company, a $200,000 investment in return for 10% equity. So when I started this company, I was wearing this sweater out of the basement of my grandmother. She had a lot of vintage Ohio State gear lying around, and it was literally one day after a football game at a bar, I had sort of my aha moment, why don't more collegiate sweaters exist? And so from that day forward, I explored what it would take to start a company, design garments, and bring collegiate sweaters to market like they've never been seen. A little more about our current line, which at this point are our only sweaters. We offer a men's and women's crew neck, men's and women's cardigan, and men's and women's v-neck. So you can see here just how beautifully they fit. Just very natural look, trendy, vintage yet modern fit. Again, just something we're really proud of. Really nice looking garments. Here's a style that we'd like to bring in for 2015. As you can see, we've already been sketching out what we might do next year. And it might be more than sweaters. I hope it's more than sweaters. I hope to do some other fashionable trends. Again, I design everything and put it into a garment spec and have them manufactured. I'm not buying mass-produced apparel and putting a logo on it. We really design based on current trends, and again, just really want to give this industry a little more variety than it already has. This process, I did my research first and looked into what was in the collegiate market at that time. I had sort of predicted just in my own head that collegiate apparel would start to turn more vintage, and I was shocked to find that we had virtually no competition with these types of garments. So right away I knew that there was a gap in the market that was being unaddressed and unfilled. So what I learned going into this industry is licensing is half the battle. Very difficult to obtain a license to sell collegiate apparel. When I had meetings with every contact I could think of to try to get this up and running, I got the same response from everyone, which was, great idea, Amanda, I love the product, but you're never going to get licensed. As a small startup, the competition's too tough. It's just never going to happen. And so I used that as motivation and really started aggressively pursuing licenses at that point. So Ohio State is my alma mater. It is one of the top 3 markets in the world for collegiate apparel. So naturally that was the first one I wanted to go after and is the most important one to our company even today. But I wasn't able to apply at first for that license, so I went to a couple other universities and started to sell. Iowa was my first license. We sold there a little bit, and Michigan State, as you can see here, here's one of our cardigans, was another license that we obtained. And some of these others are just samples, not licensed apparel, but samples and products that we developed in going after licenses. So we just found out this year that we are, in fact, going to be licensed to sell Ohio State apparel, which is a huge step for our company. We're one of the very, very few companies who obtained the license for 2014, and just the sheer size of that market and the following is a huge development for our company. And so that's when I approached Shark Tank. I thought, not only do I need more capital to really start to grow this brand, I need a business partner with those relationships, with those different retailers and major distribution channels. I think our garments mostly will appeal to baby boomers and millennials, 2 very different generations, and I think that they'll be attracted to them for 2 different reasons. So you've got the baby boomer generation, that's the alumni generation. A lot of these folks, at one trade show, a lady came up to me and said, well, that's old, looking at my Iowa sweater, and I said, actually, it's not, it's new. So, just some of those older folks who perhaps are not in the market for a jersey or a hooded sweatshirt or some kind of t-shirt, but, again, are after a little more old-fashioned, classic look. The millennial generation goes without saying, you know, the 18 to 34-year-olds that really, you know, their shopping sort of reflects their values, they're into trends, and they're into really authentic brands. So like I said earlier, I'm talking to you from my kitchen. Up to this point, it's been a pretty small operation. Going into collegiate apparel, the idea seemed great, and once you get into the details, you realize how complicated it is. So for a long time, I've been self-funding it, working, and just when I had the time and the extra cash, I put it into the business. As of last year, we had an outside investment that helped boost us a little bit, really allowed us to explore applying for other licenses and further producing garments. But even at that, you just get into it and you just realize what a monster the industry is. So why we're looking for the investment is because we'd really like to get in another top 4 market. So maybe that's Michigan, that's Texas, Auburn, Alabama, all really hard licenses to get. But if you have those licenses, Ohio State included, then you really have an opportunity to get into a big retailer. So why do people need our garment? Just look at them. They're beautiful. What's your alternative for cold weather wear? It's a sweatshirt, it's a hooded sweatshirt, it's an outerwear jacket. These are quality, they're affordable, they're beautiful, they're classic, they're clean. There's nothing like them in the market. What does the business mean to me? This business is everything to me. As an entrepreneur, I love my day job, but I can't ever imagine a life where I'm not owning a business. Something interesting about me is I've got an idea every day. I've already got probably 3 or 4 companies in my head that I would love to start one day. So working full time for someone else for me is just not an option. And we view this company as an extraordinary one that has identified a gap in the market. Would love to fill it, would love to see it through and grow, and then maybe someday to sell it off to a larger company. When did I start inventing? Well, I've had ideas in the past. Alma Mater is definitely my first company, and definitely means a lot to me, just to grow the Alma Mater brand and make it a household name in collegiate apparel. Biggest challenge we've had so far is probably just capital. Had we had the working capital we needed, we probably would have grown a lot faster. But I think that's also a good thing though, because I did need those 3 or 4 years to really find a product, through trial and error, create a product that looks like this, that fits like this, and that is marketable. So my friends and family are very supportive. They obviously all think that they're all in the market for one. They all want an Ohio State sweater, and have all just been very kind and loving throughout this whole process. So I think as your family, they're sort of obligated to that, but they truly do believe that this company has potential to grow nationally, and I think we're all excited just to, do that together. Why should the Sharks invest in Alma Mater? It's clear, it's simple. The product is beautiful. It's been developed, the hard work on that end has been finished. If we can get the right partner that can help with the phone call for licensing, capital to grow our inventory, and just the relationships with major retail distribution channels, this is a home run. I think we'll have close to 100% sell-through in most major markets, and I really look forward to potentially having that opportunity.